So what about this controversy? And by the way, first of all, no longer freshmen at Yale. They can't call them freshmen anymore. What do you think?
I think if I was a believer in conspiracies, I would think this is the greatest way for the anti-feminists to win, because we're going to have you argue about syntax instead of things that really matter, like maybe equal pay for equal work.
That's exactly right. I mean, I feel the same way. It's not. This is not going to make a woman make more money or be respected different or treated differently or respected in a more 2017 way. It's not going to do anything, I don't think.
No.
Yeah.
No, it's not. I mean, it's fumbling around with silliness. I don't know how many women are offended by being called freshmen, but I bet they're more offended that they look at a life of hard work where they're going to make less than the people next to them because of their gender. I think they're worried that we've got this culture of rape on campuses. That's what you should be worried about.
Right. Yeah. I want to. So the movie. Obviously, there is some. This is Ariana Grande and John Legend, and they're
not a fan of this version.
I was sick of this song back when it was out years ago, and now I'll be sick of it all over again. What about the movie? And is this controversy, this gay character, is this everybody up in arms over? Is it worth it?
Yeah, I don't know if it's really worth it. I mean, we're talking about LeFou, who is Gaston's dedicated right-hand man, and in the movie early on, they make plenty of little jokes that make it clear he's Gaston's right-hand man because he wants to hold that right hand. And, little kids are not going to pick up on that stuff. I mean, adults are going to get the little kind of reference and the little joke. And then the scene that everybody seems to be freaked out about is there's a dance scene where LeFou ends up dancing with another man for like a tenth of a second. I'm serious. Yeah. It's like a brief flash. If that's what's going to send you away from the movie, I'll respect your decisions, but I think it's a whole hell of a lot of hullabaloo for nothing.
Yeah, and don't you find that it's 2017. Ellen is out; she has a hit TV show. It seems that. What's the show that's coming back? The guy is gay. They have the two gay guys.
Will and Grace.
Will and Grace is coming back.
Disney's kind of behind the ball on this.
But Disney's the one that started this controversy, and they did it for one reason and one reason only, because they knew there was some extremely traditional minister out there in the middle America that was going to cry foul, and it was going to create a big news story leading up to this movie, and ultimately mean cha-ching. That's my take.
Well, I think it's ultimately also a marketing move. It's an appeal to the gay and lesbian community that we are recognizing your lives, and we are going to put somebody like you in this movie, and hopefully that will get you to buy a ticket.
That's exactly right. Yeah, and I'll bet you it works.
Oh, I think it's going to work. I mean, I think you'll have a portion of the population that wanted to see kind of a classic Disney movie in the stereotypical way that they think of a classic Disney movie, and some of them will stay away. And I think you'll have other members of the community who are going to be like, "Hey, I'm glad Disney is acknowledging me," and then they'll go see the movie. I think that's the trade-off. And that's the decision they make.
Is it? Is this a movie? What did you think? What did you think of it?
Oh, listen, it's a very good movie. I think the biggest problem it has is we're always going to be comparing it to the first animated film. We're always going to be thinking, did they do this just as well as they did in the animated film? And in many cases, the answer is yes.
Yeah.
The biggest problem this movie faces, I think, is twofold in the comparisons. Number one, the Beast just isn't cuddly enough. I want him to be the lovable, warm guy that we saw in the animated film, but it's hard to do that with the CGI and the way that they've made him look almost demon-like in some fashion. The second problem is, Emma Thompson, you ain't no Angela Lansbury. And she'd probably even admit it.
So some flaws, different than the original. What do you give it?
You know, I'm going to go 3.5 waffles. I think you got a really good, strong movie here. I love that it's a classical musical. It's all about the song and the dance. And if you're a big musical fan, you'll see little allusions to other classic musicals throughout the movie. I think that really the big star of the movie is Luke Evans, who plays Gaston. I mean, I know all the cool people want me to just praise Emma Watson as the next great Meryl Streep, but the deal is Luke Evans as Gaston sets the tone of this movie.
Yeah.
He's kind of goofy and silly early on, but later on, as the movie gets darker, as it gets more evil, he truly captures that as the villain and kind of takes the movie into a scary level that little kids might not be able to handle.
Something to think about if you're taking your kids to see the movie. But remember, Bambi, that got kids all upset. And so sometimes these movies have that effect. Okay, 3.5 waffles. How about the Belko experiment? What is that one?
Yeah, this is a movie where I'm telling you right now, if you go to work on Monday and there's a coworker who's raving about how awesome the Belko experiment was, you're going to want to move your cubicle. Because the movie's all about an office building in Colombia that is like taken hostage, and this mysterious voice announces to the employees, "You will only survive if you kill your fellow coworkers."
Maybe that's what you should do, Willie.
Yeah, you might want to call in sick, to be honest with you, if you got one of those coworkers.
But here's the thing: everyone tries to convince me, oh, it's a parable about the modern workplace and then modern work society where we all have to stab each other in the back to fight over the morsels from the corporate leadership. Baloney! It's a movie about torture. It's a movie that's just not my cup of tea, man. I don't get into how do they kill people, how gruesome it can be. That's what this movie is, not the kind of movie I like.
All right, what are you giving this one then?
I'll give it half a waffle.
All right. For those that like torture, they might like it then.
Yeah, I guess they'll like it. I mean, somewhere Jeffrey Dahmer is going, dude, this is the movie for me.
All right, Willie, it's wafflemovies.com is the website. Before you go to the movies, check it out. Thanks so much, Willie. Enjoy the weekend.
Hey, you too, and I'm still digging out, man.
Still digging out.
I'll hopefully be free.
All right, good luck out there in Binghamton. Thanks, Willie.
Yeah, all right. Talk to you soon.
Yeah, okay, hold on.